Everything there is to know about hiring and paying cleaners for your Airbnbs. Are you stuck at the part of where do I even find what to clean my Airbnb? Maybe you're wondering, how do I pay them? What is the proper structure from a tax perspective? Are there any forms or documents I need to collect? How do I interview somebody for the opposition? How do I qualify them? What should their schedule be? Everything you need to know about working and hiring and paying cleaners for your Airbnbs. Let's jump right in. There's a website called turno.com, turno.com. And on this website, you're going to find Airbnb cleaners who will be fighting and bidding for your properties. So you don't have to worry about not finding people. There is an abundance of people out there who already want to clean the properties that you haven't even launched on Airbnb. The other place where you can find cleaners is on TaskRabbit. This is another platform where you can find people to do almost anything that you need, from mounting TVs, assembling furniture, cleaning, maintenance, repairs, plumbing, like anything under the roof all at once here in this platform. So those are the two platforms where you could easily find people to do the work. Now let's talk about how much to pay cleaners. Now this is going to depend on the size of the home, the location of the home, if you have amenities, and a few other variables. But I do have a formula that is $25 base and $25 per room in the house. So for example, if you have 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, and there's a living room and a kitchen, right? That's $175. $25 per room, per bathroom, per bedroom, and that includes the kitchen. So that's one way to look at it. I have one property that's 1,100 square feet. It's on the smaller end, and that's a 3-2. I have another 3-2, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom home that's 1,400 square feet. And then I have a 4 bedroom, 3 bathroom home that's like 2,400 square feet. So the size of the home is going to have a lot to do with it. Another thing that you could do is you can see how much similar properties in your area are charging by looking properties up on Airbnb. Just go to your same city, put that you're going to sleep X amount of people to find properties with the same bedroom, bathroom count in your area and see how much other people are charging. And that's also going to give you an idea of how much you should charge. And by figuring out how much you could charge, it will help you also determine how much you could pay them. Now, I've done this 2 ways. I've paid my cleaners exactly how much I charge. So if I charge $200 per cleaning, I might be paying them $200 per cleaning. I've also had situations where I am able to charge a little more because the property's performing so well. We have superhost status, and I'm still able to compensate my cleaners fairly well, but I'm able to keep $25 or $50 from each cleaning. For example, let's say I pay my cleaner $200 per cleaning, but I charge a guest $250 per cleaning. That means I'm making an arbitrage, right? I am arbitraging the cleaning. I'm making $50 per cleaning that goes into my pocket. And if there was 8 cleanings per month, that's an extra $400 a month, which is an extra $4,800 a year. And it's great because you can use that extra $25 or $50 to pay for all of your replenishables like body wash, shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, all the things that you need to buy. Toilet paper, paper towels. You got to replace linens and blankets and towels and even couches every once in a while. So if anything, it will help you cover those costs so it doesn't come out of your pocket. So now that we covered where to find cleaners and how much to pay them, let's talk about the interview process. By the way, this is going to be the most important part of this video. Before I do that, I want to remind you guys to make sure you follow me on Instagram, where I post content every single day. And if you want some hands-on mentorship to start or scale your Airbnb business, there's a link down below where you can book a call with my team or check out one of my free trainings. Now, these are the questions that I ask a potential cleaner who I'm going to be working with. And in no particular order, here they go. It's just going to come out of my brain right now. 1, I ask them if they have a social security number or a tax ID number. If they don't, I am able to hire them, but I shouldn't hire them because I am not able to take what I pay them as a business expense. So make sure they have proper documentation. Make sure they have a social security number or a tax ID number. Connected to that first portion is you need to have them sign a W-9 subcontractor form so that you can properly take that deduction as a business expense. So there is a rule that's been been around now for some time. And that rule is that anytime you pay somebody $600 or more in a calendar year, you have to have them file a W-9 form. Otherwise, you cannot take what you pay them as a tax deduction, as a business expense. So if you pay somebody $600 or more between January 1st and December 31st, you must have them file a W-9 form or complete one, and then you got to give it to your CPA. Now, if you pay somebody $500 for the year because you only hired them one time or a couple times and it was under $600, you don't need a W-9 form. And yes, you can still take it as a business expense. Now, here are some of the questions that I ask my cleaners. One, are you available 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year? Yes, because guess what? Do people check in or check out on Mother's Day, on Father's Day, on 4th of July, on Thanksgiving, on Christmas, on New Year's, on Halloween? Yes. So they must be available 365 days out of the year, including weekends. Yes, those are part of the year. So they must be willing and able to work on any day. Whenever there's a checkout, it gets cleaned that day, because most of the time we have same day guests checking in. People check out at 10, between 10 and 3, it gets cleaned. And sometime at 3 or a little bit later, somebody new is checking in. That's how you maximize occupancy, revenue, and ultimately your cash flow. So they must be available every day. I also require that they have their own cleaning supplies. All of my cleaners have their own everything, their own mop, their own broom, their own chemicals, their own sponges, their own towels. Like, they provide that. It's their cleaning business. They're providing me a service. Now, I do have some of those items in my Airbnbs whenever something needs to get cleaned. Maybe the guests want to clean something if they made a little bit of a mess, but my cleaners must provide their own stuff. Another requirement is that if they ever cannot make it to clean a property, they must replace themselves. Now, one of the great things about my structure and how we operate and how I teach my students is we mainly operate 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, or larger single-family homes. So my cleaners always have at minimum a second helper, a person that's helping them clean, and sometimes even a third person. So those people already know the structure. They know where everything goes. So if my main cleaner cannot attend, cannot make it at some point, maybe they're not feeling well, they're a little bit under the weather, guess what? That second and third person will come in. That's something they coordinate. That's on them. They are responsible to replace themselves. I'm not. The next thing is that you can provide co-hosting access through the Airbnb platform to your cleaner so that they can see the calendar, and then you never have to tell them when to clean. They can see the exact same calendar that you can. And remember, you want to be able to work on the business, not in the business. You don't want to have to be communicating when to clean. They should be able to do it on their own. This next one is super important. You want to make sure that your cleaner lives within 15 minutes of your Airbnb property. Why? Because from time to time, there may be scenarios where the guest needs something, the property needs something. And if you truly want to be able to have time freedom, you don't want to be the person who is having to go to the Airbnb for these, tedious things. So make it part of the cleaner's job that anything the property or the guest needs, it is their responsibility to be there. This way, if you ever decide to launch in a different city, a different state, or a different country, you'll already have a system where you've replaced yourself and you no longer have to be there like a 9-to-5. And last but not least, something that's going to be extremely beneficial is to create either a text group, a WhatsApp group, or a Slack group between you, the cleaner, and your maintenance person. And then later on, should you decide to get a communications coordinator, then you can add them. And then eventually, if you ever decide to get a property manager in-house, then you added them as well. And you want to have a group chat with everybody so you can streamline the communications between everybody. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's anything that I may have missed, make sure you add it in the comments down below so that everybody can like and acknowledge your comment and contribution to this video. Again, make sure you guys subscribe, like, turn on the notifications. I'll see you guys on the next one.